NASCAR on NBCSN is brought to you by Ford. Going further so you can. Round 2 underway from Kentucky Speedway. Clint Boyer, one of the first to head out onto the track. Only 10 minutes in this round. And it's drivers that were in the top 24 from round 1 that will be trying to break into the top 12 to make it into round 3.
And it's really the same story from the first round, Rick. Even though it's only 10 minutes, if we run 5, 6, or 7 minutes, it could be official. This round could count. If we don't get it, say we only get a minute or two, we would just go back to the results from round 1.
And again, the reason we continue to bring that up is there is weather in the area, a little bit to the north and west of us and moving in this direction. So a lot of the teams and crew chiefs, as well as the spotters, are keeping their eye on the clouds above. As Clint Boyer is going to go out and set the mark first.
That was a smooth lap. It looked really good. 28.68. I think that's a pretty good lap right there. It looked good.
Yeah, great lap for Clint Boyer. 28.68. Again, the old track record was 28.60.
Okay, so Jeff and I disagree. I don't think that lap will make the top 12.
28.68, you don't think will make top 12? Oh,
No.
We got a new track record. Kevin Harvick, 28.48.
I think these guys...
He said it was great. I said it was good.
I'd say it's average, below average. I don't remember top 12.
Remember, I said that Dale Blaney was a pretty good basketball player.
That's true. And here's why. I mean, look already. You have Blaney up there at a 48, Harvick at a 48, Earnhardt Jr. at 64. There's almost a tenth and a half between them. Most cars are going to fill up that time slot. I think Boyer's lap, to your point, it was okay when he ran, but that's the disadvantage of going first. Did you see the 10? Very uncomfortable in the middle of the corner. I think she went from trying to make a good lap time to trying to not unload the back of the car.
Survival mode.
And as a race car driver, you have to do that, right? At some point you realize, okay, this lap doesn't matter anymore.
Got to bring it back to the garage.
Brad Keselowski out of the gas. He goes third quickest. Suarez bumps him down. Suarez third. What about Kyle Busch? Can he break the track record? Yes, he can. 28.37. 28.379 for Kyle Busch.
How do you want that?
Is that pretty good?
That's good. I'm gonna give you good on that one. I'm not saying it's gonna be the pole, but it's gonna be up there, close. Which we have another round if we don't get weather.
The old track record before qualifying started was 28.603. Right now, 4 cars in this session alone, in this round alone, have broken that old track record.
And you know, Rick, just watching the comparisons down on the right-hand side of your screen, Jeff, it looks to me like 1 and 2, while that's the faster area of the racetrack, all the cars get through there more, similar. There's a little bit of green, a little bit of this, but you look at Chase Elliott, a couple thousands here or there. I think the make or break is this end of the racetrack, as he carries all this speed near 200 miles an hour into that flat turn 3. Watch the comparison. Almost a tenth of a second right there, just a corner entry.
Some sparks coming out the right side of 20, similar to what we saw with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. earlier.
The more difficult the corners, more opportunity. More opportunity to have gain and have loss. So that is the focus when you're setting up for racing and when you're setting up for qualifying is the most difficult corner. That's the one you've got to be good on.
Chase Elliott 28.59. Matt Kenseth 28.46. That's second quickest.
So already what we've learned is that tires don't matter. Matt Kenseth, that was the 3rd time out on tires, and he went a 46th ahead of a lot of people that only made 1 run. So that not only matters today, it also matters tonight during the Xfinity race and tomorrow night during the Cup race.
That's what I think the fans need to understand is as a crew chief, when I was a crew chief in the garage area, you had to have your sensors turned on all the time. You had to be paying attention to truck practice, to truck race, Xfinity practice. As we see Truex Jr. flirting with the pole, he ends up just shy of 39. There's always information that you can gather. Like you were saying, Jeff, you always have to pay attention to the racetrack. That's what we tell our kids, right? When they get out of their cars, don't go hang out. Either go watch the racetrack or go talk to someone who's working on your car to try to make it better.
It's always something to learn.
Logano needing a win. Logano wants to lock into the playoffs.
Imagine that emotion, winning that race. We're the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. All's good, everything's good. And then 2 or 3 days later, oh no, we got a problem. And then a month, 2 months later, we got a big problem. That's a major swing.
And you wonder, is that what has hurt this 22 car? Because they really haven't been the same since Richmond. They've been okay, but they haven't been up there competing for wins. Is it just that emotional roller coaster that took something out of the team?
They have definitely not had the speed that their teammates have had, and that's unusual. Typically, those teams run fairly close together in speed, but we've not seen it in the last couple of
months. Well, and that win at Richmond, he had to start last. That was a resilient type of win. That was an emotional day to have that kind of just pulled away from you. I think that makes it even worse.
Trevor Bayne, 14th quickest. Now it's Casey Kane's turn. Well, he has shown speed.
And if anybody in the garage needs a bright spot, I think Casey Kane in this 5 would
way
love
up the
to prove
racetrack.
it.
Way up the racetrack.
Lost a lot of time. We saw it go from green to red.
Yeah, because now we're compared to the cut line of Earnhardt Jr. So this lap doesn't even look like it's going to get him into the next round.
Big, big free getting into 3. It's almost like with almost 4 minutes left when he drove into 1 and had that problem. It's almost like just quit. Just reset. That's right. Come in, pull the thing off, and make another shot at it.
So the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse right here is getting ready to make his run here in the second round. Well, let's go back to the first round. We talk about the different styles, the 2 different ends of the racetrack. Look at turns 1 and 2. Sparks pouring off the right side of the race car. That's just the side skirt hitting, but obviously hitting the track, hitting it very firmly. Now we're down in 3 and 4. Look. No spark spread. When we talk about the asymmetry of this racetrack, the banking of 1 and 2 versus the banking of 3 and 4, that's the perfect example. In 1 and 2, Jeff, there's a lot of load. The car gets down, and the racetrack has a lot of grip. You can carry speed. 3 and 4, you said it. Even after watching practice, you should see this flat. It is really flat in 3 and 4. I mean, that 17 car showed it.
Yeah, it did show it. It's like we talked about earlier. That's why turns 3 and 4 are so much more difficult than 1 and 2, and that's why you're going to see cars run a more similar speed in 1 and 2, is because with that grip, it's easier to make your car drive well. It's easier to drive it better. Everything's easier in turns 1 and 2 than it is in 3 and 4.
Well, Menard was in the green, trending in the green, but just for a moment as he works his way through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch.
Just like in the first round, these cars that are not in position, Durloff, Trevor Bayne, Boyer, McMurray, McDowell, looks like Menard's going to stay in that position. They are a threat to go out and go faster and to move you out of the first round. So Earnhardt Jr. on the cut line at 12th, Keselowski 11th, Kurt Busch at 10th. These guys have to stay ready. They got to get their cars, almost have to present their cars and go make a lap.
This is the first lap in this round for Jimmy Johnson.
Well, Jeff just used the word threat. I think there's a double threat on the racetrack currently. And you see them both trending in the green. Jimmy Johnson and Denny Hamlin both ran almost identical lap times in the first round. Who made the better adjustment? Which driver can overcome? Now we're down to the more difficult end of the racetrack. Jimmy Johnson hovering right there.
Actually gaining a little bit on Dale Earnhardt Jr., so he's going to bump Earnhardt Jr. out of the top 12. With that lap, he goes 6th quickest. Now it's Brad Keselowski that's on the bubble. Does he stay there? Nope. Denny Hamlin pushes him down, and Hamlin goes 4th quickest. So now Kurt Busch is 12th.
Now we're going to watch Stenhouse Jr. We just showed him sparking in the first round. Let's see, does he spark again in round 2? I would expect so.
And how about the confidence in those teams going out late? They don't get a second chance. They don't get to say, oh, hey, this wasn't a good lap. We're going to have another opportunity. They don't have time. So the confidence for those last 3 cars to go out that late in this practice for their first run, that's sounding, especially the 17. Right? The 17 has 2 restricted blade bends, but no mile and a half. They haven't run well in a mile and a half. To have that much confidence in themselves, that's a good sign. I'd like to see that.
But it ends up not working out for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as he is 16th. He doesn't make it up into the top 12. Clint Boyer also doesn't vault into the top 12 with that second run. Now, Earnhardt Jr. does go to 11th. Jamie McMurray 4th, so that puts Earnhardt Jr. back on the bubble, right on the cut line.
And there's a couple other cars on the racetrack that could make a difference. We have the 6 of Trevor Bayne.
And we're riding along with Brad Keselowski.
Yeah.
Keselowski currently 15th, wanting to break in, and he's in the green. How does he get through 3 and 4? That's been the big question. He's maintaining. Right up against the wall out of 4. And Keselowski is going to bump Dale Earnhardt Jr. out of the top 12. So Keselowski is 10. Trevor Bayne doesn't improve. He's still 19. Chase Elliott right on the cut line, trying to have a little comfort.
He had to run. There was 2 cars in front of him on the racetrack, Trevor Bayne and Danica Patrick, that if their laps were better, Rick, he'd have been out. The 24 had to be on the track.
But he did learn something from this next round.
Kyle Busch was fastest in round 2 and set a new track record.